Welcome, everyone. We're here with the Gauntlet. We are playing 316 Carnage Amongst the Stars tonight. We are in Hotel Sector. We're on our second planet. We're going to be dropping on Degas today with the 316. My name is Donna. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm running this show. So let's go in rank order for intros.
Oh, well, that must mean I go first. So, oh, sorry, rank of our characters, or does it mean
I certainly don't have a rank in person, so it'd have to be characters.
I'd probably we'd like there's like because there's different. So like gauntlet seniority we defer to Rich. Seniority in terms of years on the planet, that's probably me too. So. So I'm Jim Crocker. I use he, him pronouns, although if you're using they, them more generically, that's totally fine with me too. If you recognize me from outside the Gauntlet, where I run and play a whole lot of games, including with everybody that I am playing here today, it's probably because you bought a game from me at some point or another. I'm a retailer of role-playing games at conventions all up and down the East Coast and the Midwest. I sell a lot of indie story games. I used to sell 316 back when it was still kind of in print and you could buy print copies of it. I would love to have it again. Just, if you're out there listening, Gregor, if you ever see this broadcast, I would love to see. Yeah, Rich has got a copy of it right there. You can find out what I'm doing online on Twitter at Jim Likes Games, just like it sounds. And I've got a website, jimlikesgames.com, where you can buy games from me if you wanted to keep me going until my next convention.
Thanks, Jim.
It'll be a while.
Yeah, probably will be a while. So I've been actually, there's a couple of online conventions that have been really cool about kind of letting me be virtual vendors, especially, here on the Gauntlet. I've gotten some orders through those, but yeah, I think it's going to be a while before there's any kind of significant convention presence again. So, we'll figure out how all that goes. I've moved my stuff from an office into a nice climate controlled storage area because there's no point in, paying commercial rents when the books are just sitting there. But I'm still in pretty good shape. So I don't want anybody to be worried that I'm not okay, because I have a wife who is quite a bit smarter and more capable than I am. So I'm doing the cooking and cleaning around here, and that's how I'm staying fed. So don't cry for me is what I would say.
Nice. Would I be next in terms of rank, I suppose?
Yep.
Cool. Well, my name is Will, pronouns he, him, and those are also the pronouns of my character, Sergeant Wabowski. Sergeant Wabowski is a hard ass, and he looks out for the men beneath him and, looks over his shoulder for the men above him.
I'm Puckett. I use he, him pronouns. I'm playing Corporal Dietrich. I like killing bugs and eating meat. As long as I have something to shoot, I'm happy. Unless I have something to eat, and then I'm happier.
My name's Fritch. I use the he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Trooper Frost, the lowest rank. Trooper Frost is ice cold, man. He's just here to kill a few bugs till the term's up.
It occurs to me I didn't actually introduce my character, who is the veteran Captain BD, and they call him that because during his academy by the book, so the BD stands for button down, and I think I don't think we've ever kind of come across what his real name is, whether those are his actual initials or what, but everyone just calls him Captain BD.
Yeah, I'm not sure if personnel records have that on file either. His real name is lost to the in the HR systems back in Terra. Okay, so this week, instead of mixing up when 316 come out of hyperspace, the carrier Atlas is hurtling towards this planet Degas, and Command has really figured that they need to keep you busy, right? It's not a short combat drop. It's, let's keep these guys busy, idle hands, all that. So, yeah, I think you're getting some of the choice chores that the brigade has. I think if there's paperwork that has been waiting for a rainy day, this is that rainy day. If there is inventory to be done, all of that stuff. I'm sure one of the more unfortunate squads is stripping quarters from the decks and the bulkheads that have been glued there by some nefarious ne'er-do-well. So yeah, it's fun for the whole brigade. Why don't we start with Frost? What are you up to? What terrible thing has command given you to do, or your sergeant?
That's true. I guess my sergeant is pretty terrible. I think Frost's job is spit shining bulkhead areas. It's basically getting down to parts of the main drop ship that haven't been under any scrutiny or inspection in quite a while, taking out cobwebs into like the innards of particular parts of the machine and rebuilding things, stuff that's not technical because he's not a mechanic, but those arm full of grease, occasionally chasing down womp rats or the like on the ships as we're moving from between star to star. It sucks. Quick question: who is I can't remember the name of the NPC, the female NPC we were on Planet with, that I had a couple brief conversations that Frost chatted with. If nobody can remember, it doesn't matter.
I do.
Oh, good.
Connors. It was Connors.
That's it. Write it down on my little thing. Thanks.
I have notes,
I mean, thank you. Thank you so much.
Her first name may or may not be Sarah. I don't know how uncovered it is. I think someone may have made that joke in the chat last week. I'm totally gazumping it. So yeah, I think you're stuck in this, sump oil cleaning, these filters at the bottom of the drop ships that never get cleaned because drop ships usually don't last that long. Yeah, it's dirty work. I think the pilot, this really young warrant officer who looks like who looks like he can't or doesn't need to shave yet, is kind of looking at you smirking like he's glad he doesn't have to do that shit, right? Okay. Dietrich, counting bullets, is it?
Sir, yes, sir. There's 4 bullets here, sir. And then there's 4 more here.
Enough bullets. We need bullets enough for the whole company. So that should be more like 4,000 bullets.
Getting there, sir. Just got to count it by 4s.
Okay. Well, make sure those belts are racked and stacked and ready to rock and roll. That's the way we like it.
Sir, yes, sir.
So does Dietrich really love counting bullets? I mean, or is this just a face he puts on for anyone higher in the food chain than he is?
Bullets kill bugs. I love killing bugs. I love anything that kills bugs. I love my bullets.
Cool. Yeah, and I guess there's a lot of bullets, so maybe there's a few more troopers helping you out.
And I'm probably chewing on some jerky of some kind. It's probably some unidentifiable dried meat of something that he killed a while back.
I mean, when it's been marinating for a week and then gets charred within an inch of its life, who can tell, right?
Yeah, probably in whatever runoff comes from the engines of the ship. I don't imagine we have like hickory sauce or anything like that.
I mean, the sump oil is good from the bottom of that dropship, right?
Look, If it'll flavor it in some way and it'll burn, soak it in it, burn it, wait until it's hard and crispy, start chewing on it.
Okay. How about Werbowski?
I think Wabowski is, I think he's going through the dead troopers' belongings, packaging them up, putting them away into storage for the day that we go back home and we can return this to their families. And he's, looking through them all, writing down the names, crossing them off, wondering whether or not he'll ever make it home.
Any troopers who you lost in the last drop hit you hard?
I think by this point, it's just the grind, the meat grinder. Like we just keep getting pushed through. And when we're not supposed to get relieved, like halfway through, but then there was trouble and we couldn't turn around. And where do these orders, where does this order to keep going? Like when's it ever going to be enough to stop? But I think he thinks back to the few. Certainly, I can't remember if we gave him a name. The previous sergeant of the squad, Frost, as he packs his away. Let's say. No, we've already got a Frost. Never mind. I went straight to the aliens name.
The aliens there. So we'll call him Hicks then, will we?
Yeah, Hicks. Yeah, Hicks. Hicks, who was the previous sergeant of this particular squad before he bit the bullet and was about to get to take over. And he's like looking down, and he's got the helmet, with the bullet hole straight through it. And he places it on top of the tiny little, maybe like carbon pressed, kind of like, everyone's cremated and then they're pressed down into tiny little blocks kind of thing, Like, so there is something to bury back at home, in theory.
It's a kind of a souvenir plaque, maybe to put on a wall at home.
Yeah, but I think they're like, space age stuff, right? They've cremated it and they've compressed it down into like the tiniest possible thing. So it's like, yeah, you can bury this tiny little size of your finger cube, and that was once your husband, son, daughter, whatever, right? I mean, who even knows if it's real? I hear that they just mix in some of the the furnace waste if they don't have enough to build one of these things left over.
Okay. And BD.
I am in my office, and I think I've got a bunch of I've basically got like a 3-ring binder, right? With the the metal covers. It's kind of one of those ones that like has a magnetic flap that comes over the top so that when you close it, everything's contained inside of it, right? But I've got it open and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, and I've got a stylus kind of like out of the corner of my mouth, like it's kind of like just hanging like that. Because it's like clearly I want a cigarette, but I can't smoke on the, like on board. And I'm also, just as an officer, I'm trying to set a good example. But I've got it, and I'm just kind of like gnawing on the end of it as I am looking at, all the stats from our last mission, and I've got personnel reports on the other side. And I'm like, looking at the stats, and then I'm making notes. And I'm like, let's see. Okay. So OIPK, 3% more efficiency than our last mission. That's good. That's good. EIC a little low for what we would expect, given the combined rank of the troopers that were on that mission. Let me see. Maybe if I switch out this. I don't know. Let's see. And then I and then I like, open a door on my desk and pull out a file that's marked, with the top secret stamp on it. and I, undo the little, like it's got the thing with the 2 rings and the string that goes in between them, right? I undo that and I pop it open and I lay out, and it's got whatever data we have on the next planet that's coming up. I start looking it over and I'm looking at the, and basically like it is very clear that while they are doing all this grunt work, like essentially they're doing manual grunt work, I am doing what amounts to basically like mid-management grunt work, right? Like I'm basically like pulling a desk job right now. And it's, it abstracts all this terrible stuff that like Werbowski was just thinking about, but it's, it's all just numbers. And I think probably just for fun, I literally like at one point pull out like an actual slide rule. Is a pretty analog operation. I can't imagine we've got like, tablet computers or anything we're punching stuff into. I'm thinking of it in terms of like the, the kind of 80s source material that this all springs out of. But yeah, just doing the paperwork and, figuring out what to making some marks on the, our like I pull out a big topo map with a whole lot of like, speculative information on it, and I'm making marks on it and stuff like that, and clearly planning for our next mission.
So the Lieutenant Colonel Gamal, he's kind of older, maybe mid-50s, kind of salt and pepper, gray hair. He's like thin as a rake, pretty well thought of in the brigade, as far as you've heard. Beatty, we're bringing F Company off the main mission. We want you to hunt down a boffin who's gone missing.
What is a boffin? As a
like
player?
A science guy.
Oh, okay, sure, got it.
Sorry.
Okay, all right. Do we have any intel on whether this is a kidnapping or a defection?
If I were to guess, I would say that that they're enjoying themselves a bit too much and told their taxi ride back up here to get lost.
So, you want him back in one piece, I assume, sir?
Yeah, absolutely. She's been working on this ritual artifact that you pulled up for us. So I think it's important that we keep this scientist on a tight leash.
Well, as soon as you can get me a packet, sir, the squad will be ready and we'll deliver.
Also, I know this is probably not the best time, but we have some experimental weapons that we would like you guys to try out this week. Give them a run in some operational circumstances, and let the special studies group know exactly how good their work is.
You provide specs, sir, and we'll get it done.
Yeah, I think
in particular, I think it will. He'll take to this task well.
Sure. Well, I'll get the packet down to your dropship for the briefing ASAP.
Sir.
Thank you, Captain. Okay. So yeah, I think the you all get called together. There's a briefing, not the usual briefing, but it's a big kind of mobile briefing room that's sometimes used in operations because it's for your small group down near the dropship. And you see this really nice. It's basically a resort world, tropical islands, reefs, clear crystal blue waters, dotted settlements that look like holiday homes across a lot of it. So yeah, it's basically like a mini Pacific Ocean planet with a lot of small islands, all decked out for R&R. So yeah, you got to hunt down this boffin down there somewhere. And I think you're all kind of gathering around. You got a spec on this scientist type, but it's like the briefest of bios, a photograph, last known location. It doesn't seem like a whole lot to go on, to be honest. Not to your mind, at least. What's the gossip like in the squad, Wabowski?
I mean, wait. So this nerd got he was working on that thing that we pulled up from the last drop, like, and then he goes running off. I mean, this is a weird job, guys, but I guess it beats pounding dirt on some godforsaken planet, right? Huh, Frost?
Boss, or anything besides assholes and elbows sounds good to me, sir.
Great. I don't even need to ask you, Dietrich. I know exactly where you'd rather be, assholes and elbows deep in the muck, right?
Killing bugs, sir. Aye, aye.
Yeah, well, Brass wants this one back alive, so, rein in those tendencies of yours.
Want them in one piece?
At least the big parts, yeah.
Okay, so legs, arms, optional. Got it.
Let's draw the line at the shin, maybe. Shins and elbows, yeah. Let's just say at least 2/3 of a limb, of each limb, Kate makes it back.
Hands and feet optional. Got it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. What is the Brass? So, we gotta hunt this guy down, all right? Like, we'll be deploying in like combat gear and everything.
I was about to say that's probably up to the captain. Right?
Well, in which case, I will. Captain, they want this Botham back. Do we going in? We going in hard, or we going in sneaky? Like, are we talking full armor or what?
Trooper, if we're on mission, we're in armor, Sergeant.
Sounds good to me, sir.
So I'll do a quick recap. The planet is basically coral island reefs, kind of Pacific paradise setup, used for R&R. So there's a lot of little settlements strewn across some islands that are of interest.
Like R&R is one of the best things for an Irish person to say. R&R. Sorry.
I obviously don't have an accent. It's all you guys who have accents. Just don't ask me to say that number between 32 and 34, right? So yeah, you have a last known location and a file on this boffin whose name is Shirvani. She was working on the alien artifact from last time. So yeah, I guess you have like a lodge number that she was booked into. But yeah, in terms of how combat oriented you are, you have an APC, right? So you can drive around. Although you probably want to keep the dropship on call if you want to get between any of these island chains in a kind of straightforward fashion.
Okay. I'm imagining that we have like some sick combat speedboat, or we all have like sick combat jet skis that we can like ride like immigrant song playing as we come swooping down as a raid onto this place.
Yeah, I think this is drop pod for this, but drop ship with the APC in it so that we can drive around is I think is a good idea. So we'll bring the APC on this.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, you're too young to shave. Dropship pilot is doing his final inspection on his ship. His name tag says Landau, but his call sign is Pork Pie. He may have told one or two to get into service because he is maybe not 18, or maybe not 18 when he joined up. So yeah, I guess you get into the dropship and get ready to land on Degas. Any last requests?
Yes, we're going to want an extra pseudo-mandelbrot armor with the servos deactivated and and an eclipse face mask that that we can raise and lower from the outside.
So is this like or is it servo assisted at your direction so that you can, like, it's basically for prisoner protective duty or something?
That's
like that?
basically it. Yeah. Essentially, we want one that we can where they, like, we can jam them in this suit, throw the visor down, and it will keep, like, if we get attacked, it will keep them protected, but they won't be able to run away from us.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you've said, I guess that's already aboard, maybe. It's probably seems reasonable enough for a request.
I was expecting, to be honest, I was expecting you to ask me for a non-combat ability roll to try and requisition that.
I mean, you might need to do it to get it to work properly. Right?
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's way more fun. That's way more fun. Okay, yes, yeah. Good call there. Yeah, okay. So we've got this suit that they promised us is going to do exactly what we asked them to. I mean,
okay. you have been assured of this, right?
Yes, yeah, all right. No problem. I made the modifications myself, says the supply sergeant that hands it off to me.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we're on the ship, and I walk over to Dietrich, and I kind of lean in, and I'm like, Dietrich, I want you to look me in the eyes right now.
Sir.
Right now. And I hold up the picture of the scientist, and I say, when I say weapons hot, it does not apply to this individual.
Sir, Sergeant Warbowski squared me away on that one, sir.
I want you to assume that this is your own sainted mother, your virginal sister, your favorite maiden aunt, whatever woman would be the last person in the universe that you would put a bullet through. Pretend that this person is that.
I think you might have better luck telling that it's his gun, sir.
Sergeant Warbowski is not wrong, sir.
It's your favorite armorer, Dietrich. She does those special loads for you, I say, referring to the bullets, but just let that hang there for anybody who, this is imperative to all of our jobs and all of our, this is one of those times. And I kind of stepped back from Dietrich and I said to everybody, this is one of those times where we are flipping a coin with this one. And if it comes up heads, we all come out sitting pretty. But if it comes up tails, we're all going to be in the shit. Every one of us. So killing bugs is one thing. Somebody wants her back. And anybody that stands between us and her, fair game.
She must make special loads for somebody, sir.
Roger that, I say. Okay, everybody check in.
So on the ramp of your dropship, right, just before you're getting aboard, is your best friend from 17th Special Studies Group, Borovsky, Captain Borovsky, and he nods at you, Beatty, and says, "I see they've finally got the ranks on you proper, huh?"
And I grin and I say, yeah, it means I can just call you Borovsky now.
Sure. Well, we got a special loadout for you folks on this mission. We want you to test drive some ammunition. So he gestures behind, and there's like a few ammo crates for whatever weapon you've got. Load up on these and see how they suit you. We expect some enhanced results, especially up close. Just don't do anything stupid with it, or you might lose your weapon.
He's the R, we're the D. Hump that into the APC.
Sir, yes, sir. And I start lugging crates in.
Okay. So the research division has put together this, special enhanced ammunition, which in mechanical effect adds 1 step to close range kills. So like your 1 will go to D6, your D6 will go to D10, the usual steps. But if you roll a 10, well, that will cause an explosion, and that might not work so well. It isn't armor piercing or anything, but it will cause you a kill, and you'll have to switch to another weapon for the foreseeable. So, yeah, I mean, kill more aliens, right? That's what everyone wants.
And once we're on board, I'm gonna order everybody to load their primary weapon with this. But to make sure that you've got a backup arm available, loaded with standard rounds. And what I say is, we don't want to waste this stuff carrying it around and backup pieces that where it may not get used. So put it into your primary, the typical arm that you would use only. Weapon, and your primary weapon. Don't load your backup weapon with it.
Now, for anyone with any kind of special rank, that's fine. But for troopers, they have 1 weapon usually, right?
I guess you don't have a sidearm.
They do not have a sidearm, and
okay.
if you haven't tooled up with a backup weapon by yourself, that is it. So certainly all the NPC troopers have just got their slug rifle or their,
okay. So then I tell Dietrich and Werbowski that then. That's me as a player forgetting.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, also it's like, 1 rule for us ranked people, 1 rule for you common troopers, right?
Yes, yeah. So I tell Dietrich and Werbowski, Dietrich, load that tree cutter with the experimental stuff, but make sure you keep the, whatever, your shotgun in that, or whatever it is that you're carrying around.
Wabowski will ask for a quiet word with the captain. I would really like it, sir, if we could issue some of this experimental weaponry to Trooper Frost, at least.
Oh, sorry. All the troopers have experimental
I
rounds.
see. Right. So not the other. So the other way around.
They don't have a backup piece that doesn't have experimental.
I see.
Rounds.
Cool. Perfect.
Yeah.
So, Frost, are you loading up with this experimental magazine, or are you staying old school?
I am going to try to have regular armament backup Like I'll hide it in a pack or something. And if it looks like, I don't even think we're going to use guns. We're going to go find some stupid boffin. So I don't want him to come and like pull my clip out and go, whoa. So I've got the experimental stuff, but I'll hot swap it when I need to.
Yeah,
Cool.
because
Okay.
like I think it's safe to say you guys know you're going to get inspected before, like when we hit the ground, before you come off the ship, to make sure everybody's
Yeah,
back.
BD.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So for all appearances, I am on board, but I've got I'm kind of doing the thing with, I can't remember if it's the aliens, but the swap out and they like got their second trigger things. I can't, it's been too long.
Drake.
Drake, thank you.
Yeah.
They have the secondary trigger mechanisms and they're like, yeah, whatever, if we're gonna go, let's go, rock and roll. That's my plan.
Let's rock indeed. And also, I think from last time we saw Wierbowski has this, inherited ritual before a drop that he likes to look at people's clips, right? Check that, the rounds are okay, right?
So I'm just going to say up front that I've got the experimental rounds in my sidearm because, like we said, that's normally I'm there with this. But I pack a slug rifle. I've got one slung. I've got one back slung, and that's got the regular stuff in it.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I guess you're in seats, or you're maybe in the APC, seated in the APC. Who's gonna? I guess there's a couple of things. There's going to be a driver, right? Who's the driver?
It's probably me because I've got the highest
Highest NFA.
NFA. Although, does the driver now? I gotta. Okay, now. Pardon me, just for a sec. APC. Let me just read the APCs. The PC rolls on NFA for the APC in the combat sequence, and it causes D6 kills at any range. Yeah, so I'm going to be driving. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm dad. Turn this vehicle
the ultimate
around.
minivan.
Go right back home.
Okay.
You guys asking if we're there yet?
Yeah. So I think I think in the APC, the viewing slits or the firing slits are pretty low visibility, and also like there's another layer outside of that, so you're not really seeing much. Maybe a little bit on the video screen, so you can keep sane. And yeah, this place looks like gorgeous. Turquoise water. You've no idea how deep it is. The sand is white. The coral reef islands are just, incredibly beautiful. And the main kind of section of this community that you're heading for, there's like a landing pad, which isn't mil-spec, but it's, it'll take the drop ship, and they might have to repave afterwards or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And, it touches down. Whatever about his age, pork pie is not a bad pilot. But then again, no one's shooting at you. Maybe. Yep. And you drive easy off in the APC, and yeah, I guess there's a parking bay in front of the office, but you take it all up if there is. So yeah,
why would we park?
Well, that's
we're not going to park. We just like there's an actual road that we're driving down here. Yeah, we just stop on the road in front of the building. Like people can drive around.
Yeah, sure. So like there's just regular people walking around in swimsuits or towels draped over them or whatever, on their holidays, and they're kind of looking at you, but strangely. You get a few hoops or hollers from people who support the troops,
Yeah, we'd give them salutes. I'll assign a couple of NPC troopers essentially to do crowd control, to just kind of stand there, guns at port arms, and just keep people back, just so that nobody like gets in the way, or if there's anything that goes down here, just kind of we want to keep people out of our firing solutions, right?
Yeah.
Just so that just because they'll like that's a wasted bullet, and like a report I really don't want to have to fill out is something that happened to a civilian. So do we have, so is this like a thing where, and what, do we have a room or something like that?
So yeah, you have like a house number, right? There's like a chalet or a lodge or whatever the equivalent is.
Got it. So I'm going to send Frost and Dietrich around the back. Warbowski and I are going to go in the front.
Okay, cool. So I guess we're going to start the encounter, right? I'm just going to frame it a little bit so you have an idea of what you're dealing with, right? So Hooper is one of the two guys you have on security just to keep people away while you're doing this. And, a holiday goer is obviously not paying too much attention to him trying to keep her away, and she's talking to him, being very chatty, and somehow she's convinced him to go into the water with her, and he wades into the water, and then he goes under, and then you see blood. So back camera to the main party. You're knocking on the door, and let us roll dominance. So everyone is going to check. Well, there you go. It's going to work out well for you. The aliens roll 10 on their dominance. So you're going to roll NFA, and you're looking for any kind of success.
Remind me is there like a one button way to do that?
Oh yeah. So if you open your character and you switch the attributes and abilities tab, you should have an option there on the right hand side of that for abilities.
Oh, you know what? I've actually got a little bar down on the bottom.
Okay. Yeah.
Bingo.
So we almost got them. So if the aliens roll no successes and you all roll successes, then you would have ambushed them, but you don't. So your high success is a PC. That player gets to set the initial range. Okay. So high success is,
I think that's me.
4, yeah. So BE gets to set the range.
Set it in near.
Okay, so that's everyone at near. Okay. So yeah, I think you so you knock on the door, someone answers. It's obvious that there's like what has just happened to Hooper is happening to someone else in this room, right? There's a what looks like a completely normal human, albeit with big teeth, that are slowly opening, right?
So can I run that back a bit?
Yes, sure.
We're not knocking. There is no knocking of doors here.
Are you like busting it down or just opening?
Like Warbowski is up with his weapon, and I get a big like whatever actuator powered leg, and slam my cinder block sized armored boot into the door, and smash it to flinders. Like we're going in. Like this is not a knock and then let them put a bullet in our hostage. This is just bam right in through the door. Yeah,
cool. Okay. Oh, very, very civilized of me to assume you were going to knock. How dare I? So I guess you've got like one of these aliens about to chomp in on a human who is not your boffin, but they turn on you. So let's everyone should I guess declare what your action is going to be. I guess they're fictionally, right? There's the problem that they look exactly like regular humans. So but that's only a fictional worry for you. So just tell us what you're doing, and the aliens are, of course, trying to kill you.
And
supreme.
I scream, "Weapons hot! The area has been compromised. Assume all contacts are hostile."
You hear that? Oh, that's good, because that's what Dietrich is going to do for sure.
Oh yeah, and then I guess I declare first, right? Because I got the highest success, right?
Yeah.
Is that how that goes?
I mean,
Okay,
it doesn't
all right.
really matter. You can do it whatever order you want.
Yeah. I gotta remind myself what's on my what I've got. Yeah, I mean, I think just I've like I kick the door in. Warbowski's there, but I'm up with the sidearm, and I'm gonna put 3 in the center body mass of this alien, and anybody else in the room, I'm gonna start boom, 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 just laying down with that pistol.
Okay, cool. Warbowski.
I think as BD, comes into a crouch in front of me. I steady the heavy machine gun and just start lining up the room.
Yeah, head down.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm off to the side, so I'm using the doorway as cover, and yeah.
I don't think any kind of structure on this planet is going to be cover against that heavy machine gun, right? It's concealment at best.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Dietrich.
You haven't said weapon hot. Weapon's hot. I'm opening fire.
Okay, and Frost.
We open a door, or are we just firing into a building? Because I think we need to know what our target is. So I'll try to get things open.
They're around where there's stuff in the water too, right?
Okay.
Did they see that other trooper go down in the water and the blood coming up?
No, that was just like here's what the camera shows the other people, the people watching the TV show.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
Although actually the real coup de grace of that, Pete, is Hooper underwater grabs his knife, but it's broken from that time he was looking for that quarter, right? And his attack.
Man,
yeah.
I'd feel guilty if I knew, but I don't.
But you don't.
Yeah, I think I'm kicking a door open and then firing in on hostiles or targets.
Okay, cool.
That's the plan.
Oh, this is like a kill zone here. We got a nice crossfire setup.
Let's roll to kill.
And it's what, /roll and then the dice?
Yeah, or if you want to set up that macro, there's one on your character sheet under attributes and abilities.
The macro's awesome. It'll put a little
just
bar down on the
click
bottom
on
of the screen.
Show and macro bar, and then if you
Yeah.
click on the button, it'll do it automatically.
That's right. We rolled the combat ability, then we roll kills, correct?
Yeah. So this is fighting.
Do we roll kills? I don't remember because I never roll. I never roll on fighting ability. I'm the worst fighter.
You missed by one again, Rich, huh? You're
yeah. Of course.
Maybe Trooper Frost would like to get some combat drugs in him at some point.
Maybe this mission I will. That's a fine idea.
Okay. So there's a 1, there's a 4, there's a 4, and you rolled a 7, Jim? Okay.
Yeah, I sure did. Yep.
Okay. So I have to I think the way the rule is written, I have to declare this. The aliens are going to be using their special ability on Captain Beatty next combat round. You'll love it when you see it. So I roll a 4. So Werbowski, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Describe your combat action and then roll kills.
Cool. I think that as you know, I'm firing the thing. I was like stepping forward, like to the side of Captain Beatty, and kick over a table, and then just rest it up on top of that, and then just across. And there's a bunch of them behind the bar, and it's like that sort of bottles popping off behind them as it sprays across. So I roll 2d6 with my heavy machine gun. And what was the function of the special ammunition again? It was to roll as though I rolled an extra result. Is that right?
Yeah.
It bumps it up by
one
one.
Up a step. So if your heavy machine gun is what you say it was doing already,
2d6.
So that's 2d10.
Yeah.
Ooh. Nice. 9. Just below average.
Is it
I'll add that to
2D?
my-
Is it 2d10 or 3d6?
I think it's 2d10, but let me check. Uh, 2d10, yeah.
Okay.
And the alien rolled a 4, so that inflicts a kill on everyone. So any failures and any successes that roll equal to or less get a kill. If you wanted to, you could take that on your armor, but seeing as it's the first one, and you'll always heal 1 in between encounters, you're probably best just taking that. Okay, so yeah, I think, in cases where someone is firing at them, they are, going for you, and these teeth are wicked sharp, right? They are cutting through this armor, this Mandelbrite. In some cases, though, some of them are doing something a little bit more hinky, like they are throwing stuff at you. Some of it looks kind of poisonous. They're really just using anything they can. They don't have, apart from those teeth, they have no kind of natural weapons, but it's anything they can get their hands on. And in some cases, they're really just fighting like people, savage people, but just like people. Okay, and Corporal Dietrich, you're the other success in the group. So describe your action and roll kills. Forget you're muted.
I'm sorry about that. The Zoom window was up in the corner and I was trying to, yeah, okay. So
Right.
rolling 3d10. Ten.
Okay, so yeah, 10 alien. So why don't you describe how that's going?
I just walk in and I start laying down fire. Just boom, 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 boom. That E-cannon is doing a number on the structure of this house. They're probably going to have to condemn it. But at least they're getting a nice paint job.
Interior decoration by Dietrich. Yeah, that's the new reality TV show we're all waiting for. Okay, so let's do combat. Next round. So I'm just going to roll to kill you all again. A 3 this time for me.
Oh, good job, Frost.
Flying the flag, yeah. So this is the first time this rule has come up for you, so I'm going to mention it. If during your turn on a success, you can burn that success, and what you will do is you will cancel the successes of everyone below you in the chain. Okay. So this means that you're not getting your kills if you choose it, but it means that the aliens don't kill everyone else, because everyone else either rolled a lower success or failed. Yeah. So, or you can just take the glory and let them take the pain yourself. I'm mentioning it now because it's the first time it's come up.
And this is the last token, right?
It's the last token.
Yep.
Right?
So it'll end the encounter, but we'll still but like everything happens simultaneously, so it all still goes off. Yeah.
Who makes this decision?
That's completely up to you, because you're the one who's burning your success.
Your turn, Trooper.
You can just say, "Let's go first. Let's run."
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. So the aliens don't get a bite into us because I'm burning this success. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I thought it was going rank down, and so I didn't think I had a choice.
It's like technically everyone gets to do it every turn, right? If you get success, you can just burn that success and cancel everything down the chain. It's a really mean thing for the alien to do. If they get the highest success and everyone gets successes under them, you just like, no, let's try again. So
I see, because I had a high success, meaning I rolled a high number, but still underneath my.
Exactly. Yeah.
I thought you were talking to the highest rank person.
No,
so
sorry.
Really,
yeah.
No. It's okay. I should have paid more attention. Cool. So yes, I'll do that thing. That sounds awesome. In this.
Okay. So describe how that happens, and then I'm going to kick in that special ability I triggered last
So I think that this was an apartment, right? Or a bungalow. There aren't that many in here. I think it's the thing that Dietrich just sprayed everything down, and they ended up moving into a center mass position, and just Frost just moves in and pop takes a couple of kills, and then it's quiet because there's just nothing left. Does that work?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, just making sure that's how you can envision it, or the fiction that could flow from it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, like the impression I've gotten is that you're being pretty indiscriminate, right? You're not really checking to be absolutely certain if these people are people or aliens.
They look like aliens to me, sir.
Yeah. I certainly don't feel like Wabowski is when it comes to the heavy machine gun fire in this thing. And I think that's kind of in theme with what we established.
Yeah. So over like by the like narrow path then to this bungalow, like there's a disguised by a hedge, there's a utility box, and behind that there's a very attractive human being, whatever Captain Beatty is into, and she looks really frightened, and she is like drawing Beatty's attention. So the alien ability is human. The alien ability is induce weakness. Okay. And so this allows the aliens to try to induce a weakness in a target PC. It costs 1 threat token to attempt this, and each PC can only have 1 weakness induced on them during the whole mission, so on the planet. So I roll using my AI on this turn, and if successful, the target PC must use a weakness if they have 1 available. Okay. So let me roll. An 8. No, by 1. So obviously, there goes my threat token. Obviously, you see right through this, right? Okay. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah. So there's a like a like head taller than me, very like broad-shouldered, kind of sturdy, Zaftig looking woman with like a big pile of like black hair kind of like piled up on her head in a complicated arrangement, and like a like a one-piece bathing suit, like in a kind of old Hollywood style one-piece bathing suit or something like this. And like I think whatever, she's like looking all startled or something like that, and she says something to, and she says something. What does she say that gives it away? Like she says, "Oh, I think she calls me Sergeant." And I kind of spin, and I'm like, any citizen would know that I'm a captain. And come around with the gun.
okay. Next round. Let's roll fighting again.
Non-fighting, right? We start with NFA.
No, this is still the same encounter, right? There's still one threat token on the table.
But we do. Oh, that's right. We don't do. Sorry.
There's no dominance.
We don't do dominance each time. Okay, got it.
Another 8.
Oh.
Okay. So that looks like Pocket Dietrich gets the highest success.
Good, because I screwed up my roll last time and rolled under NFA. So, all right. So I'm rolling 3d10 for damage.
Yeah, and you're taking care of that last threat token in the encounter, so that is no one else gets a look in. So you're just rolling damage then.
17 kills.
That is a lot of kills. So yeah, there's obviously another nest of them across the road, right? Why don't you describe your combat action, how you take care of this for the squad?
Well, they were coming right for us. There was another nest across the road in these shrubs or bushes or whatever. And it's not that I necessarily saw it, but I saw the captain getting ready to be seduced by this harlot she-beast wannabe. And that wasn't going to happen no way, no how. So I just opened fire. And it turned out that I, dispatched the alien she-beast as well as several nearby innocent bushes and trees that aliens happen to be hiding behind and in. So, threat neutralized.
All right. So, like threats neutralized and everything, and there's a bunch of probably like screaming, cowering tourists and stuff like this. And so, I assign Trooper A, Trooper B, Trooper C. Round up all the remaining civilians, corral them. If any of them start flashing their teeth at you, put them down. And I'm gonna walk up and kneel down, and say, Dietrich Frost, perimeter patrol, see if we've got any of them hiding out. Warbowski, we're going to search the premises.
Sir.
And then go in and basically like scour the place, like pull open closet doors, see if we can find any evidence of where the scientist might be or have gone. Or whether they got, like, did they get hit in the crossfire or something like that?
Warbowski's like got his combat knife out and is like ripping up the walls kind. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
yep,
Like we toss the room completely and then like stab through the mattresses and things like that.
Okay. How about Frost? What are you up to?
He said, check this out. I mean, whatever Sarge wants me to do, I'll be looking around. Maybe she's hiding in a closet or in an adjoining room. So,
Okay.
Oh, and who's the guy that went into the ocean?
Hooper. Or Hopper. Hooper. I think.
Get Hooper out of the drink.
Yeah, Hooper is definitely toast. I mean, you've got a spare suit of man with bright armor there anyway, right? And a spare slug rifle. He was a traditionalist. Poor Hooper. Okay. Yeah, let's take a break. Now that we're at the end of that first encounter, how does On the Hour sound to people? Good.
sounds good.
Okay. Cool. I'll see you back.
Know what's happening here, and that this planet has been compromised, and that they're going to need to infestation is explicitly tied to the mission that we're currently on, or whether it's a planet-wide condition, but they're going to want to start dropping troopers right away to figure that out.
Captain, what if one of those things gets back up on the ship? Who can we trust? You know, they look just like us. Well, I mean, no one looks quite like Dietrich, but
not so much like us that I couldn't tell the difference with that one trying to get my attention.
Yeah, you're right. They won't know our ranks. Good call.
But it is a thing that we want to consider. So just everybody, and so I kind of turn to the whole squad. Everybody, eyes open. Anything you notice that will help us distinguish these bugs from civilians or even troopers, report it. No matter how small, no matter how insignificant, no matter how stupid you think it might be, bring it to my attention, and we'll run it back up the line, and they'll be able to put together a protocol so that we can tell the difference between these things and us. For the rest of the mission, we're going to consider any contacts to be potential hostiles. Issue orders to them, but if they don't follow them, we're weapons hot until we find this, until we locate the target.
Sir,
Sorry.
planet's free fire zone, sir.
And I say, it's not a free fire zone, Dietrich. I said, issue orders. If they follow them, then proceed with the, if they follow them, treat them as prisoners. If they follow them, treat them as civilians, but keep them at arm's length. If they fail to follow your orders, you're free to then you're free to fire. And if any of them come at you before you can issue orders, treat them as hostiles.
Copy that, sir.
With the reminder, I lean into Dietrich, this one right here, none of that applies to.
Even if she exhibits signs of being one of them aliens, sir?
Especially if she exhibits signs of being one of those aliens.
What
Right.
the captain's trying to say is bring her back alive, whether she's human or not.
Treat her like my gun. Copy, sir.
So, I guess it's time to review the rules on the APC, right? So, if you're in the APC, you're all going to be at the same range, and that range will be chosen or affected by, you know, BD or the aliens if they're pushing you around. When you're inside the APC and it's undamaged, you are basically immune from kills. Okay, so your livelihoods will be in Jim's hands where the dice rolls are concerned. You'll kill as normal, right?
Yeah, it's got gun ports. You can, you know,
you
fire out.
Fire out, yeah. And as soon as the APC takes a kill, it's damaged, and basically it's not going to do anything else.
It's crippled, yeah.
It's crippled, and you basically, we're assuming that you get out at that stage and you go on foot. You can stay in it, but if that APC is like a magnet for combat and it gets damaged again, it's destroyed, and anyone inside it takes a kill. Okay, so once it gets hit,
and if when we disembark, the aliens won't target it anymore.
Yeah, I think, like, unless there's a really strong fictional reason for that to happen, but basically, they the role that you'll be making, Jim, for it is what determines whether it gets hit or not. So if you disembark, it's not rolling. So and everyone clears 1 damage from the last encounter. So you're that wear and tear or combat drugs, or you know, there's a slow seeping of combat drugs inside the Mandelbrite that gets you ready to rock and roll again.
You just pop the little button with the little red cross on it.
So,
all right, we have intel indicating a possible position for our target. We're going to head over there. We're going to stay in the vehicle until we arrive. But then, upon arrival, we're going to send recon out while the rest of us remain bunkered down. Because if they come out again, we want to be in a secure position. All right.
So let's
buckle up,
dominance, and let's all check NFA.
BD. No. I got 5 though, so I got the highest I could get.
So the alien set range, because they got a 7, which is a success. And I am gonna set you all out at long range. Far range, rather. Okay.
I think Wabowski is like up on the turret kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like hatch open, heavy machine gun, like on top of the vehicle.
Probably because the smoke of that thing inside the APC makes everyone else's life a misery, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can't get the field of fire inside a confined space, you know?
Yeah. I mean, they don't just queue up to come get some, huh?
Yeah.
I think
that was a good day.
I think you're all out at far range, and I think maybe when this opens, right, you're driving along these you know, typical kind of holiday village roads, which are winding and have very poor visibility. And you know, whenever you see one of these, they're like hidden, and you're not quite sure if they're human, and it's very difficult to get a beat on them. So yeah, let's. I presume everyone is doing the obvious. BD, you're driving, so you'll be basically shooting with your NFA while you're driving the APC. Which is
like this is the thing where like I say, you know, gun ports, weapons hot, and and like the thing that comes down on like the swing arm that looks like kind of like basically like kind of like a big bulky binocular box. I kind of I slide that right, over the front so that I've got the the tactical camera on the turret, and grab the joystick with the other hand, while I'm holding the steering wheel in one, and now I'm targeting the spinning the turret around to target whatever it is that's out there.
And we know what Rybowski is doing. What about Dietrich? How is he approaching this whole shooting game?
I am putting as many bullets downrange as possible, as quickly as I can.
And Frost.
Frost is at one of the ports in the APC nearest the door, so he can be the first out of this hellhole as soon as possible. And he'll sight stuff in, but he's going to let other people fire first. And I think he's swapping out his ammo.
Okay. So he's going with good old-fashioned traditional bullets, right? Okay.
Actually, I'm going to change my action.
Okay.
I'm not going to fire. I'm just like stepping on the gas, and boom, this is where I whip the stick around. We go off road, and boom, and are gonna try and close range towards the aliens.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Try and move us into near range.
Okay.
If Jim moves into near range, will that move all of us into near range?
Yeah. So if it goes before you, you'll get the benefit.
Yeah.
You're when you're inside the APC, you're at whatever range the APC is.
Yeah.
So the remember the rule on the guns is that you're getting one bump on the on whatever
damage.
You are at that range.
On the number of kills it does. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's I think for Dietrich, let me double check.
I'm at 3d10.
Yeah,
so
but yeah, but that's at near range. So at far range, the E-cannon is ineffective, right?
Right. But I should have been rolling at 1d100 for kills, correct?
The last time. Oh yeah, sure. If you got bumped up.
If you were at 3d10, then yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Noted for next time.
Okay. So you're really trusting on BD to close the range, to get into effective range, because you're just waiting for him. Because zero is, zero goes to one technically, but it's.
I've got far range. I'm fine.
Yeah. Okay, so so roll your. You're still rolling NFA for that.
Yep.
Jim? Okay.
Because I'm driving.
Yeah. Everyone else is rolling FA.
Cool. Success though. Only one. 10. You know what? I'm going to spend my combat drugs.
Yeah.
So that lets me re-roll, is that correct?
Yeah, re-roll, and that's a 1 per planet option. Just don't roll 10 again.
What a waste.
And we're rolling at far range, correct?
Well, first you're just making a combat roll.
Yeah, first you're just making a combat roll. Though you're kind
or
of
fighting ability roll.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a success from Rich.
Can I do the dick move again?
You absolutely can.
You can. Here though, you're actually canceling. So everyone except Verbowski got a success. So you are totally being a dick. But that's fine. You can totally be a dick.
I mean, it soaks the hit. It soaks the hit, and also I rolled low, so I'd be going last. So the change in range wouldn't happen until after everybody shot.
Doing it. I think. What do we see ahead of us? What's the thing that we see at the far range?
Yeah, so I think there's one of these kind of little nestled communities with, a cluster of lodges and maybe a central registration area, whatever. So it's, this is where you're heading to, right? So this is where you're expecting to find your boffin.
I can't shoot at that. What is the back guys. Come on.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were in the far distance. Okay, so there's
How are they shooting at us?
so yeah, there's bad guys coming out of the trees, but they're being a bit tricksy, right? They're anytime they see a gun come out of the port, they're kind of melting back into the forest and trying to come around a different way. So yeah, I mean, I guess you could pop smoke, right? You could
Yeah.
do something
Yeah,
like
we'll
that.
pop smoke. We'll pop smoke. That sounds fun. And that ends the encounter, right?
No. So it ends that combat round. So you're
Means
canceling.
they don't get
everyone.
to fight. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so I'll end that encounter. Sorry for those who but yeah, I'll end that combat round.
Yeah.
By
Exactly.
popping smoke. Sounds cool.
Okay, cool.
I'm into it.
So you're driving, and I think at this stage, because of that, you're driving straight up into the heart of this little holiday village, and you're much closer to your goal. So let's try again, everyone.
I'm gonna do the same thing, trying to drive us in closer.
Yeah.
What range are we at now?
You're still at far because nothing happened basically last turn.
Okay.
I rolled fighting instead of non-fighting, but it's a 6 is under my 7 on NFA. So
okay. So you'd be happy to know the aliens fail. They rolled a 9, so you are tearing these guys apart. So
Six
6,
in
a
your
6,
NFA.
a 5, and a 6. Okay. So there's 3 6s here. So you probably all want BD to go first, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So move everyone moves in as one into near, and then everyone else gets to roll for kills. And again in whatever order. Wait a minute, is it whatever order you want?
I mean, the kill is just a number.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
doing
So
tokens, right?
can we please actually so the way this is supposed to work is we go in order of who goes.
Yeah,
They narrate the cool thing they do, and they
there
roll.
were so
their
many
dice.
6s that the order is up to you, right?
So yeah, but let's actually do a little bit of narration, like this is our action sequence. So
Yeah,
if we can get a little, at least a couple of shots or whatever panels of the comic, I would love that.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing, Jim. I think so
I got-
everyone on
I
their
got that.
turn narrates what they've been doing and rolls their kills, right? So, we've got between Dietrich and Frost can go in whatever order they want, and then Werbowski on a 5. So. Do you want to go first, Frost, then?
Yeah, I was going to ask Rich if he wanted to go first.
Everything broke down, so I was just like, you tell me when to go. So that sounds awesome. I had already rolled, and so there's already a bunch. I'm just going to take it. Mental rounds have a different sound to them, but Frost just sights in a couple, and he leads a few that are running across out of the smoke. He pop, and he ends up getting a cluster. And he got 9, so there were quite a few kills that he gets to rack up from.
And then what kind of horrendous sound or do we hear from Dietrich racking up those kills?
I just roll out of the APC screaming. And I notice there's a few clusters, and I just start putting rounds into those clusters. Good old fashioned, these I don't know what the hell the guys in R&D came up with, the people in R&D came up with. These things light up bugs nice. And it's like watching a Christmas tree on Christmas Day light up, except it's bits of meat flying everywhere. But otherwise, it's exactly the same thing. So, yeah. I'm just screaming, take that, bugs. Give me some meat.
I think Wabowski's got the machine gun trained on this like horde of bugs that are swarming up over the horde of like screaming aliens that are running towards us over the ridge, and he's like, and he fires off a couple of rounds, and 2 of them go down, and then then that's when Dietrich comes out and just like, get some, and the whole thing just evaporates, and Wabowski's like, and then he notices like 5 of them coming over the like to the side, like running up towards Dietrich's position, and he quickly like guns them down as they try and flank us. And then he just like lets his gun rest, and he just says like, that boy ain't right.
Okay, and on their turn, the aliens are going to die horribly in terrible numbers. And I think, though, Wirbowski is gonna get targeted in the next round by their special ability. He's got his head. He's got his handsome head poking over outside of a hatch. That's just asking for trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so yeah, and I think that's a lot of Merry Meekness bug kills being racked up by Dietrich. That's like I think the energy from these experimental rounds as they go off is kind of starting to light all of this lovely scrub foliage on fire. It's
blue fire.
It's a lot of heat being put downwind.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some kind of unnatural colored fire. I like that. That's
yeah. That maybe like crackles and explodes every now and again, like kind of thing.
Okay, and 2 threat tokens left in this encounter. So let's. I'm going to try to keep killing you as per usual.
Yeah, and this is where I gun it, and now we're like, I think we've only got a couple of threat tokens left, so the big clusters of them have been knocked out. I'm just gunning it, and pointing the APC at several of them trying to run away, and just run them over. So.
Is that you trying to kill them or trying to close range?
No, me trying to get some kills with the APC. Okay, cool. It's just I'm driving a great big vehicle, so running aliens over, like bugs across the windshield seems like a cool thing to do.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so aliens got a 7, so they are the highest success. So I'm gonna so they are killing everyone, right? So everyone take a kill. And I think, as you've come into the holiday village now, and the kind of the way they can approach you is a lot different, and there's some civilians obviously huddling around, and they are coming out, and they are whatever they're doing to this APC just wrecks it, right? They're
they totally put like obviously human shields out, so I have to like screech on the brakes like a lady with a baby or something like that, and I've just got to like
yeah. You're not that heartless.
Yeah, nobody actually takes a kill, but the APC's crippled now.
The APC's toast, and you all have to get out, right?
We can stay in.
Sorry,
It's
sorry. So
to get out. Yeah.
The benefits of that are nothing because it no longer protects you, and you have the.
They're not nothing for me, because I could keep rolling. It's crippled, which means it can't move. But actually, that's a good question. Does the turret still work? Like, could I still roll NFA to get kills with it, or does it being crippled presume that it's just non-operational across the board?
I'm
okay either way.
I mean, crippled kind of sounds pretty
works for
pretty
me.
Bad to me.
Do we take a kill or not?
No one else takes a kill, so the APC soaks your kill.
But
you can
if we want to keep using it, we got to fix it between before our next encounter.
Okay. It's like, good girl. Pats it. It takes the hit. From, I think these guys are humanoid, right? So they must have like weaponry and stuff, you know? Like, not just
Yeah,
be
so
coming out of teeth.
the next thing on their action is they're going to induce a weakness in Werbowski, right? So someone who looks exactly like your old sergeant is
Miller.
there,
Yeah.
and he says Werbowski, because they've obviously heard the people shouting your name, right? Or obviously not. It's
Yeah.
obviously him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 4, so that induces a weakness in you. So you've got to give us a flashback, right? So you're bugging out.
Yeah. I think it's I think it's maybe like a flashback to peacekeeping back on Terra, dealing with some dissidents alongside Sergeant Miller, back before we were signed up to the 316 on the Star expedition, and cleaning house, and like a dissident, like chasing down dissidents from building to building, blowing through walls, like going through, and then me coming around the corner and like try to spray a bunch of machine gun fire, and then Miller just like grabs the rifle and pushes it up as the room is actually filled with civilians rather than rebels. And I'm like, and I'm there with the machine gun, and I can't bring myself to fire anymore. And so does that trigger my weakness then?
Yeah. So when you trigger weakness, you remove 1 threat token,
Mm-hmm.
and from the encounter, and you remove yourself from the encounter as well. So you take no further part in the encounter.
Cool.
So, like, fictionally, are you like kind of like hunkering down in this kind of nightmarish memory, or are you like wandering off?
I think that fictionally, like it's like a sort of mental jam kind of thing, it's like the gun just is like just keeps reloading it over and over again, like keeps checking it, stripping it down like repeatedly, like over and over and over again. Like it's not ready to fire yet, it's not ready.
Okay, cool. And just to go back up, the next high success is Rich. You get to clean the end of the encounter again. So why don't you describe your combat action and then roll kills?
I think the APC is slagged, and Frost hops out of the APC because with the smoke and them running, he just needed more clear space. He pops off, he flips to full auto and then fires, and he's learned really good how to lead them. They have a certain pace. They all run about the same, he says, and now he's going to roll terrible. But
you just killed that one guy, right?
just that. Hey, those 8 guys. Yeah, nice. Sweet. I'll take it. 8.
Okay, and then we'll go. There's no token left for Dietrich, so you're not rolling kills, but you need to get to describe the mop-up action, and then we'll get to BD.
I love these bullets. I just start shooting trees and brushes and whatever else around. Looks like it might blow up if I shoot it enough. It's less cleanup than vandalism.
And BD.
So yeah, and I like holster my sidearm and like walk across the battlefield, and there's like what looks like an old man, like balding head, wearing a Hawaiian shirt, right? And some, like cargo shorts and like flip-flops, face down in a slowly expanding pool of red. And I grab him by the shoulders and hoist him up And of course, in the front, like his teeth are like all blah, like this, and like his face is half mouth or whatever, right? And I like drag him by the collar over to Werbowski and like whump, throw it at Werbowski's feet. And I say, Sergeant.
Sir.
I'm going to have you strip that weapon down right now, inspect it, bring it back to me, assure me that it is fully operational. When you have done that, I trust that you will be assured of that fact and we will have no further incidents of this nature.
So the weapon misfired. Must be the ammo.
Then strip it the fuck down, Sergeant. Clear the jam and make sure it doesn't happen again. Do we understand each other?
And he looks at you. And for a second, you see his finger grip tighten on that weapon that he's just fully stripped back down again and loaded. And you can see his arms tense as though he's going to just whip that up and blow you away. And he just lets relax and goes.
And yeah,
Right.
this blue kind of acrid smoke from this foliage that's been set on fire by the experimental energy is kind of filling your field of vision. It's like not quite clogging the filters on your Mandelbrite, but it's it's spiking a little bit into the orange, right? You better check this when you get back to maintenance, right? And it's looking really eerie. And then like on the top of one of these chalets, there's like a balcony, and you can, and like as soon as the gunfire dies down, you see like a hand poke up over the balcony railing, and like a voice yells out, "Hey, are you guys are from the 316?"
Affirmative, show yourself immediately, both hands in the air. If you fail to comply, we will blow that building up.
Okay, and like after, I don't know, 3 or 4 seconds, right? You see a second hand appear, and then like the rest of her, it's your boffin.
Remain where you are. I'll send a trooper up to escort you down. Frost.
Yes, sir. I'm away. And I take off on a hop.
And while Frost heads up to go grab her, I go over to Dietrich and I say, you know how to use a laser torch?
Think so, sir.
All right. Grab a couple of troopers, gather up whatever plating you can find off of those civilian vehicles. We're probably going to need whatever. We're going to need some like we're going to need the batteries out of 2 of them, but get started on. You'll need to cover those holes in the APC. And once you've gathered it all together, I'll supervise repairs.
Sir.
So I think this might be a little bit, mind-altering for Dietrich to see that lasers can repair instead of destroy. But
I'm just curious what pleading means.
He strikes me as someone that did well in shop class, at least. I don't know, maybe not. Grease monkey.
You can disrupt
he took down the
If you look at my
project,
stats, you'll realize I did well in nothing but killing bugs.
There we go. Okay, all right.
Is it like one of these hands they can build as well as destroy? Oh my God, what have I been doing?
Well, so in order to fix the APC, we need you to strip a bunch of cars, right? So I figure you can handle.
Not putting bullets in something, but I'll try.
So Frost, yeah, you get up to this balcony and so she's, I don't know, early 30s, dressed in her holiday clothes, looks scared shitless, I guess is the technical term, right? And still has her hands up, right? Because she believed every word that Captain Beatty said when it was like, do exactly what we tell you, keep your hands up or we will shoot you. She is never going AWOL again.
Nice. And Frost pops the clit, swaps out for the experimental stuff because he realizes, hey, we're at a moment's pause and
someone might check.
You never know if BD checks. He says, you can put your hands down.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, it looks like it was a nice place before these things showed up, huh? He walks over, checks out. Like, is this her room? Is this the room she was in? Because she was back there, so maybe she hid out here. Did you hide out here?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure things really kicked off until you arrived, but I was just here visiting someone, and I've just been hunkering down here for a while.
Not a sick relative. Who you visiting that you had to skip out?
A friend who's not in the 316. That's allowed, right?
Good point, I guess. Especially if you're a valuable buff. And all right, well, grab what you want. Let's get out of here. We're here to evac you.
Okay, cool. So she like grabs something, like a bag, from a room downstairs, and let's cut to the repair job on the APC. I mean, this is a team effort, right? And I think we get BD to roll NFA to get it back up and running. I think that sounds fair.
That's a hit.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, the APC will not pass inspection, but it will run. You know, that's the most important thing.
As long as it runs and it's got some plating, then
yeah.
All right. What's the remind me her name again?
Shivani.
Shivani.
Shivani, yeah.
Shivani. Is it like, does she like, it's just Shivani? Miss Shivani? Dr. Shivani?
It's Dr. Shivani. Her first name is Adira.
Okay. Dr. Shivani then.
Yeah.
Dr. Shivani, we've been ordered by brigade command to return you to your post. My report will indicate whether you cooperated with us or not. So I recommend cooperation.
She is the very epitome of a sheepish civilian out of her depth and glad to be saved.
All right. Just to make sure that you stay safe, because we are now in a hostile environment. This entire planet is now considered a combat zone. We are going to put you in a suit of armor. You're only going to have limited control over that suit of armor, but we are putting you in it to keep you safe. Do you understand?
Sure. Where do I sign up?
And I point at that suit that we brought, and I kind of look at Frost, and I say, to her, Trooper Frost here is going to be your liaison. You need anything, you ask him, but it's his responsibility to keep an eye on you.
Sure.
Come on, Doc, I'll get you hooked up.
Get her in the suit.
Liaison is like military slang for babysitter, right, Frost?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he'll go and break down the armor with very practiced motions and gets her in and shows her a couple of tricks. And, they won't tell you this, but, gives her one little thing that she can hold on, like a secret information that she
Yeah.
can focus on rather than all the other craziness that's going on.
And I walk over
What's
to
Frost's top Mandelbrite tip, that he can share with another person?
Frost's top Mandelbrite tip is that if you go through regs to pop out of it, it's like 2 seconds slower than if you just pull this emergency ripcord. Problem is that the ripcord sometimes breaks, so then you're pretty much stuck, but it's worth it.
Only happened one time.
Yeah, it's never happened to me. It happened to Connors once, right, Connors?
And you'll never let me forget.
Just that one time. Just that one time. Should have seen her eyes, Doc. It was good.
Okay, so
walk over to Werbowski and I say, "Present arms, Sergeant."
Hands over the machine gun.
And I do the, full inspection. And as I'm doing it, I say, "One of those bugs tried to get into my head too, Sergeant. Don't let them in. They're gonna, that's how they're gonna get us. They're gonna, they make us forget just how different they are, how they want to destroy us, take everything that we have."
And Wabowski just nods and hands things, and he's like, "Yeah, well, we're going to take everything they've got, I guess."
And I nod.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I say, like, what would be the I say whatever, like satisfactory plus, Sergeant. That weapon shouldn't give you any further problems, and so trust it to do its job. I'll trust you to do yours.
So, and I love the idea that I think Wabowski's, those words have sort of haunted Wabowski more than they fit, because he's like, "Oh, we are the bad guys," kind of thing. Whereas you're like, "Yeah, it's them or us," and he's like, "Yeah, them or us." Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I think like that's great. That's the
Yeah.
that's the stuff this game points towards. So
Yeah.
yeah.
whatever headspace your character is, the confirmation bias is strong.
Oh yeah. And so, all right, troopers, saddle up. We've got to get this asset back to the landing. We've got to get this asset back to the LZ so that we can dust her off.
Okay, so tokens. There's a lot of tokens.
I can say before we moved on, when
Yeah.
it was like, this used to be a nice place before everything got kicked off, I was like, "Yeah, we're the invaders." Like, it was a nice place before we arrived, and we made it our playground and everything.
I'm glad someone is following that.
Yeah.
So wrong.
I like it better now. Ordered up fires.
I mean, there's a certain je ne sais quoi about it now with the stench of cordite.
Can have a proper barbecue now.
Okay, so let's roll for dominance.
What happens in that tie?
Yeah, almost all successes, and Werbowski and the aliens tie. I think. I mean, I want you all at close. I want to get closer.
I want us all at near.
We might have to re-roll then.
Yeah.
This is just a straight roll off, so it's not a success or failure kind of thing. It's just a roll d10 to
Cool.
see.
So you get the highest one. Fuck. Well, you definitely get the highest one. Yeah.
10 versus 1. Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm going to drag you all in close. Close and personal. Yeah. So remember, at close range, if you're rolling a 10 on your super duper weapons, it could explode on you, right? So if you roll a 10, you're inflicting a kill on yourself. And losing your weapon, more importantly, you know.
And if we're in close, then I'm just stepping on it and trying to just run a bunch of them over.
Yeah, you're doing
again.
D6
Yeah,
kills with your
so I'll do
with
my
your wheels.
NFA here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, terrible.
So what do we have? We have 7 from Vorobowski, 3 from Dietrich, 9 from BD. Do we have a roll from Frost yet? Or am I missing it above?
Were you doing the dominance or no?
No, so this is our attack roll. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Wow. I rolled a not bad thing. Yay.
You rolled a success. You've been pretty hot on this planet, Rich.
This planet's okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Okay. So the aliens though rolled a 4, which somehow is the highest success. So everyone has taken a kill. Now is maybe the time you start to think about using armor.
They shred the APC again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
we haven't. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
We have not.
Yeah.
It's the
No,
APC.
it's the APC, right?
They immediately cripple the APC again.
Yeah. So I think I think maybe this time they've seen this trick work, but maybe they've run out of humans so they're just doing it themselves.
Yeah.
And fooling you into,
or I like roll over a mine that they've set for us or something like that. Yeah, that's
yeah. And they're clogging up the axle, and then they start to these teeth that are really quite long and vicious start to just rip off chunks. A hatch goes missing, right? So yeah, the APC saves you, and then you get to kill in return. So Puckett, Dietrich gets to shoot first. So why don't you describe it and then roll your kills?
Now, if I use a weakness, that clears all the tokens, right?
No, a weakness gets you out of the encounter and takes 1 token.
So the strength is what clears
the strength is what clears it, yeah.
Well, I've had to switch to my shotgun, which I'm not happy about because that just fires little tiny bullets, not big bullets.
So if you're starting with your E-cannon, switching is a NFA check.
What's an NFA check?
So it's your action to switch weapons.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So let me ask a question. We declared we do a dominance check.
Yeah.
So this is a little.
So your default weapon is before dominance. You don't get to see who's gonna
got it.
check before you decide on your weapon.
That I wasn't clear on. Got it.
Is changing range also a non-fighting ability action?
Yes. Now, what you can do is you can say if you succeed in your fighting ability check, you can change range after your attack.
You can change range for free.
Yeah. After your attack. So you're setting yourself up for next time.
Okay. So,
but
I want to change to near distance.
Yeah.
I'm rolling non-fighting ability, correct?
So you've already you've already rolled, right, for your
I haven't
fighting?
rolled for this turn. I don't think I've rolled fighting either.
I think you have. You got a 3 there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So here's part of the problem. Here's I think the thing that we didn't do there that we should have done, which is narrate what we're going to do before we roll, then roll to see if it happens, and then we do all of ours. Because like you're supposed to kind of like before you throw any dice, we say I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. then we see how all of that resolves because it all happens simultaneously.
Okay. So to move range, it sounded like, Donna, what you're saying is open fire with my E-cannon, take the 1 kill, move back.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, everything is up 1 step, correct? So the E-cannon is 0 at close range. That means it's 1, so I will take my 1 kill and I will move back.
Yeah. So you're basically getting out of the APC right at this stage. Okay.
All right. Got that taken care of.
So what
Thank
does
you.
that look like?
It just looks like me rolling out of the APC and for once, quite uncharacteristically, firing only a few rounds in the general direction of the enemy before I sprint the other way. Normally, I'm running toward them. This time, I'm stepping back. What the hell?
Okay. Rich, what's Frost doing?
Frost is hanging back in the APC, keeping an eye on Doc, keeping her behind him, even though she's in her Mandel Bright. And then he aims out of his little viewport there, and he'll squeeze off some shots. So let's see how many kills he gets. Yay, 5 kills.
Okay.
I think Dietrich like sneezes and kills 5.
What can you do, you know?
I think the 5 kills are maybe there's some that are moving up underneath, like they're the ones that took out the APC, so he happens to be in close, and then one kind of reaches up into the port and he steps back, shoots the arm off, and then fires down in to make sure. And of course Doc is screaming because I would too.
And you have the option to stay up close or to back out to near as well.
If I back out to near, I gotta grab the Doc. Yeah, let's do it. Let's back out to near.
Okay.
That's dangerous.
So if you're bringing the Doc, I'm going to ask for an NFA check.
Oh, I'll stay put in the APC then.
Okay. Just to make sure that everything is working.
No, it seems legit. And if it's challenging or dangerous, I'm not going to put her in danger, so we'll stay put.
Okay, cool.
Even though I do less damage.
Yeah.
Connors!
And then we have Wabowski and then BD for your non-hit.
So Wabowski does bring the gun to draw, and after stripping it down and all this thing, this time it is actually the experimental ammo that just cooks off in the clip immediately and blows up in the clip. Not destroying the gun, but just like, and he's like, frack.
Is this like a Millennium Falcon hyperdrive type sound?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And I guess that's it, given that I failed my roll.
I curse as the APC grinds to a halt again. I look out at there's a lot of aliens here. This is a great big thing. And I turn back to the doctor and I say, Doc, you better be worth this. And I flip open a panel on my on the arm of my suit, and I start punching the code into it.
Okay. Yeah, so everyone is bailing out of the APC at this stage, and I guess you maybe drag the Doc out.
Yeah, just kind of lean her against the side of it as I'm doing this.
Cool. Okay. Okay. So next round.
I just want to verbalize the thing I put in chat. I had used the ammo, so I was supposed to have rolled 2d10. I just went and rolled the other 10 for kills and adjusted my kill total.
Doubled your kills, huh?
I did. Double kill.
Okay, cool. Hot shot. So yeah, next round, the aliens are going to continue to try to kill you. What is everyone else following suit or wants to do anything special?
Yep. I finish punching in that code, and I go beep, and I turn, and I pull down that blast shield on the doctor's helmet.
Yeah.
And I call in an orbital bombardment.
Okay, well that'll do. So this is your one time only, right?
Yes. Yep.
Sorry, in the rules, right? A player, not character, player can call in one. The second time they do it, they automatically die.
Yep.
Their character, not the player, obviously. So
I might get demoted for this.
You might get asked serious questions.
We'll see if it works. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So let me pull up that page. Orbital bombardment, officers only. The PC.
NFA on my turn.
NFA. Failure means the call fails, but is still available next turn. Just to warn people, if it's successful, it does D1000 kills. All PCs take a kill. Ignores armor, so automatically turns a PC into at best a mess. That damage could be avoided with the use of a strength or a weakness if you have one available and are willing to.
Nobody's hurt. The APC took that hit.
Yeah.
So.
I guess, right. Okay, it's not going to kill your boffin, but maybe this is as much damage as she can take, right?
Oh yeah, I mean we put her in armor, so.
Yeah, but this
that's why I brought
armor,
the armor,
right?
Oh, the kill. Yeah, sure, but I mean, I assume she can be a mess and a whatever, just like us. So yeah, okay.
Okay, so
even if she goes straight to crippled, if we get her off planet, that's the point.
Yeah. And
I put her faceplate down.
Yeah. I mean that
may not even work.
We'll see. Right?
Yeah. Like it might not even work. We'll see what happens.
Okay, cool. So make your NFA check.
I think it happens in the regular combat turn, just like
okay.
Else.
So we have.
It's like using a weapon.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so you're on the radio, and let's roll for combat.
Yeah. Called in with success in an NFA on the officer's turn.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's so everyone else, what's everyone else doing?
I'm opening fire on the bugs. I don't know if the Cap called in an orbital strike.
So do I reroll fighting ability at this point?
I mean, you could get kills, and he could fail his roll, so you might have to win this fight the old-fashioned way. I mean, there's no guarantees.
Yeah,
okay.
I think I'm joining Dietrich, like as we pile out of the, as we're out of the APC, and I'm going to, as Dietrich brings up his E-cannon, bring up the heavy machine gun to back him.
Okay. And Frost, I guess, are you following suit, or are you trying to babysit your boffin?
Well, I think I can do both.
Yeah, you can do both. You can just
So I'm rolling fighting ability.
I'm
going to take a knee, say a little prayer to our overlords, and see if we can kill some bugs.
Okay, aliens roll 6. Well, that's a good roll, better than everyone else's. And I think I'm going to be a dick. Yeah.
I know exactly what you're going to do.
I'm going to cancel everyone else's action.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna warn you in advance for next turn that we're gonna be targeting Dietrich to induce weakness. So yeah, I think this is the first, maybe not the first time you've heard it, right? But the first time it really sounds pointed, right? You hear this, crazy wailing sound coming out of them, right? Sounding like a mishmash between, like the worst alien holovid sound and like a 1980s dial-up, right? And this is just filling your like going straight into your inner ear, right, cutting right through the Mandelbrite, all the kind of comms stuff in your helmet, and this is obviously affecting whatever call you've made upstairs, Speedy, as well. And it's just like everyone is hunched over, holding their heads with that, and nobody can do anything. So we're finally getting to do something fictional for these sirens.
So that canceled everything?
That cancels everything, yeah.
Great, my gun didn't blow up.
Well, you're not at close range, so that's, it wasn't going to blow up anyway. But yeah. Okay, so is this a rinse and repeat for everyone?
Yep.
Yep. Sorry, I jumped the gun and rolled the dice before I declared what I was going to do. But what it was going to be was, like as that sort of noise like shakes it off, tries to fire, but I think it's like his vision's flickering.
So like something is messing with the signal, and so I kind of and I punch in another code, and I press the button again, and instead of a bombardment, I'm gonna call for an evac.
Okay, cool.
See if it just dust us off.
Yeah.
Because I kind of and like maybe like I kind of look out at the whatever, like the huts and stuff. And I remember that look on Warbowski's face, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just get us out of here. So I'll go with an evac this time.
Okay. Dietrich, I need to ask.
I've been told my job's to kill bugs. I'm trying to kill bugs.
Okay. And Frost, likewise.
I failed at my fighting ability. I'm going to use combat drugs this round and continue fighting. That's my intent, right? We were already okay.
Yeah.
Nice. It was paid off.
Okay. So aliens roll a 7. Is the evac happening? Yeah, it's happening. Did I miss? Yeah, it's a 2. Okay. So aliens are going in time with Dietrich. Okay. So yeah, I think the screeching kind of dies out, but it's still ringing in your ears, right? So and they are using their teeth to wicked effect. Everyone takes a kill, which you can use your armor on if you want, but you're probably all happy, I think. So yeah, they're coming at you from
So we didn't take a kill last time, right?
When they canceled everyone, no, they don't get to kill when they cancel. Okay. So that's to everyone, including Dietrich, who gets to go next.
All right, let's see what happens here. $13. That's depressing.
That is depressing.
You see me like fire a few rounds off, look at my gun disappointed, like, why are you failing me? I love you. and you're letting me down. In front of all the other soldiers, you're letting me down. How dare you?
And I forgot, I declared a weakness, right? That I was going to try to.
They were
hit you
going to
with a
target me.
weakness, right? Yeah. So let me roll that now. An 8, no, unsuccessful. So I mean, your gun.
Dietrich is not smart enough to be fooled by these aliens.
maybe the gun failing you is the worst thing you can ever imagine for now. So these seductive sirens trying to tempt you over to pay attention to anything else is just not in. It doesn't break through.
I like to imagine the sirens are like, and then Dietrich is just meat-headed to it, and they just look at each other like.
Still, it takes care of a threat token. Wirbowski, you're next, I think.
Yeah. I got a 4, and I, grit my teeth, and I think that like after that previous one, I was like shaking his head, and he looks up and he sees Miller again, but he sees all of them as Miller, and he just like spits and then like starts mowing them down. Ooh, nice. I mean, it doesn't beat 45 on a single roll of buckets, but still.
It's pretty good, Pretty good. And Rich, you're next, I think. Or you were, you got a 4 with that reroll.
Yeah, and just so I'm clear, the APC, we're still in close range. There's no roll for me. I'm using my energy rifle. I haven't swapped out, and I doesn't use grenades with her near. So I think what we see is some of them starting to crawl in because he was nearest the door to the APC, right? So they start kind of crawling in, hands looking like John Carpenter's The Thing type monsters. He fires and pops one of them, but there are others crawling over top of it towards them. So I'll take my 1 kill.
Okay.
I'm easily 1 kill.
What would sorry, I forgot we were at close. So what would actually have been the increase on my pistol?
Oh, you using your pistol?
Yeah.
Okay. But you were probably not using special rounds on the pistol.
Oh, crap. No, that's a real good question. So I'm at a 1, and I'm using the special ammo. So what is that?
So
Does that step me up to a D6?
A D6, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll just leave that 5 because my heavy machine gun at close range is a 1d6 with a special ammo anyways. So
okay, so I kill 5. Sorry, I messed up. So that's 4 more.
Okay, no worries. Okay. And then I think we just get the evac, right?
Yeah, there's kind of a flash and a waboom from up above us, and it's that thing where like the clouds kind of go like this, and there's a drop ship coming down, and it's opening fire all around us, and we just see like all of that green countryside is just going up in flames all around us, and that village up on the hill just gets immolated, and we're all going to take another kill. Because that's what happens when they evac you. This is not a gentle process.
So it's a kind of a combined local bombardment
with
a high-speed pickup.
Yes,
so,
exactly. Yeah.
It ends the encounter, taking care of. I discard all the tokens left on that encounter, and you get out.
But we dust our boffin off.
Dust your boffin off, who is looking like a mess.
She's banged up, but she'll live.
But she's alive. Yeah.
That's
mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? She's banged up. Like we had to be to get her back. And like and when she comes to, I'm going to give her one of those. Hurts, doesn't it? That's what it's like. We went through that because you didn't get on the boat when you were supposed to. Don't do it again. Because next time, even if my orders are to bring you back alive, I can't guarantee that'll happen. Do we understand each other?
Yeah, don't worry, Captain. There won't be a next time.
Because they're not letting you take shore leave ever again.
Well, there's that. But yeah. Sorry.
And I like dink, dink, dink. I like tap my finger against her helmet. And I say, I hope whatever's in there is worth it.
So do I. So yeah, you get your ass out of off planet and dock back in the Atlas. Yeah, and I guess everyone is a mess, right? And has used your armor. Am I right?
I mean, have we used our armor?
On that last one, the evac, we had to have.
Or crippled and not used our armor.
Yeah. Either way,
use our armor.
So
yeah, may as well.
Yeah.
It all gets wiped like it's all clean slate next mission. So
well, it's not clean slate. You heal 1 damage between encounters because there is another encounter coming.
Okay.
Oh, we don't. Okay.
It ends the encounter.
It ends the encounter, but not the planet.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
All right.
Now this plays perfectly into what I kind of planned, which was the infiltrators. But see,
troopers are evacuated from combat before it ends. All right. So is she safe now?
She is safe. Well, you deliver her, right?
Got it. Okay. That was the point of the evac, was to deliver her. So so she's delivered. Good. That was the thing I wanted to make sure happened.
And I think, there is, your armor is smoking and torn and it's shredded, and like everyone like dumps it and like goes off to catch chow or shower or whatever it is. But obviously, when some of your fellow troopers walked off camera, they may have been, infiltrated. They may have been replaced by a couple of these sirens. So the next encounter has got 2 threat tokens in it, and you're in your bunks or in the showers or whatever, trying to wind down from the mission before the debrief. And I guess like the thing that will kind of look odd, right, is who is a good person. We can't make this Connors. We like Connors. Jukes is still like in his armor, right? And it's like, why the hell are you in the armor? And then he turns around and everything kicks off, right? So let's roll for dominance.
Suck it, aliens.
So what's the we have BD fails, Alien succeed, Warbowski succeeds, Frost succeeds. Okay, so who's the highest? Rich, you and Will get to decide what the range is between you as the highest successes.
Ow.
I guess
Go ahead,
near,
Sarge.
right? Frost, near range, quick, form up.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so put everyone at near. So, like, I guess fictionally, right, you two are the ones who spot that there's something wrong first. What is this kind of that sets that warns you that Jukes is not Jukes?
Jukes is right-handed. And
That's awesome. I didn't know Duke so well.
yeah, and he asks to pass me. He asked me to, like whoever this thing is. He goes like, "Pass me, Sarge, could you pass me a clip?" And I hand him the clip, and I watch him load and strip his weapon, load and slide up his weapon, all using his left hand. And then he nods and turns around, and as he turns around, I can see that he's not got his ears pierced either, like Dukes has. Dukes has got this diamond in his ear kind of thing, and he doesn't have that either. And I'm like,
Okay. So yeah, what's everyone doing? I mean, obviously, as usual, the aliens are trying to kill you.
I think that Sarge is, there's more than just Dukes in here, right? So I think that the fiction of it is to get back to the near range is that Sarge is going to try and kick, as Dukes turns around, kick him down draw up the gun, so.
I mean, it still sounds like fighting, right?
Yeah, it is fighting. I mean, I'll be honest, in this game, the vast majority of things seems to be well, why don't I just fight, frankly? If it's not moving from close to near to far, that's the only reason I would ever use a non-fiction for the most part.
Okay. BD?
Too busy kicking Dukes down the way to get his gun up in time, I think.
So if we want to use a strength or a weakness, we can decide any time that we want to use that, right?
Anytime.
Got it. Cool.
Before after rolling, yes.
Sure. So, where are we at? We're at near range. Yeah, I'm gonna come up with my pistol and what the, we've been infiltrated.
Yeah.
And start, Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start singing our I'm gonna start doing one of those basic training songs that you sing while you're doing your run.
Yeah, yeah.
And I say sound off, and I start singing, and anybody I don't see joining in, they get shot.
Okay.
Sound off. That's an order. I once knew a girl from Alpha Centauri.
Dietrich, dare we ask, do you bring your e-cannon into your bunk?
She wasn't that pretty, but she knew how to party. And yes, I'm opening fire.
Okay. And Frost?
Yeah, I sing as well, and that is definitely a fighting ability.
Singing is an assault on their senses, if nothing else.
It is when I do it.
Williams rolled a 1 again. It's a success, but just about.
Used my combat drugs, so I'm a miss this round.
Okay, and
we've healed 1 rank, right?
Yeah, so you've healed 1 in between every encounter. Yeah, so
but if our armor's slagged, it's still slagged.
It's still slagged, yeah.
Ugh. Okay.
So we should each be a mess with slagged armor right now, I think.
That's what I agree. That's what I think has happened.
Okay, so Verbatsky, I think. Sorry,
I think I rolled at the top and missed.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I see that now. So, Puckett, Dietrich goes first.
Right. I'm just gonna bring up that e-cannon and start blasting away. Completely mindless of the fact that we are in space and that their hull is between us and hard vacuum, because that's the sort of thing that Dietrich just doesn't consider.
Are we in space, or are we still on the planet just finishing up our...
No, you're off planet. You're back
that's
in
what I
your,
thought. Okay, yeah, okay, cool.
Your carrier, so...
Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't say that's what I thought. I was confused about that. Okay.
And there's another 52 kills.
So I guess we've discovered how many of these things really infiltrated, right? Must have been throughout the company, throughout the brigade, right? But they're coming for ye, apparently. It's a crowded bunk room, right? and then I think it is BD and the aliens go at the same time. So BD will be removing the final threat token. So BD, you take a kill, and
which puts me to crippled.
okay, and Verbowski and Frost take a kill. So yeah, I mean, I think it's probably just in your squad, right? It's just just this one guy, but obviously maybe another platoon or two got completely infiltrated, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's how I ended up here in this bed. Bam. Last last one right in the face of as we're going through there. And like piled like just dead aliens all over the place. And I say, count it, sound off, 1, 2, sound off, 3, 4, count it down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And like only like everybody still standing finishes out the verse because they're the actual troopers. So yeah. Oh, and I get
that's how I learned to count my bullets.
Yep. And I get to roll.
Yeah.
What am I rolling here? I'm rolling for my sidearm at near range, which I think is 2d. Oh, it's gonna be what's after 2d6 because
2d10, I think.
Because I've the experimental rounds in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2d6 goes to 2d10. So I want to roll 2d10. No, what do I do to roll? Is it front slash backslash? Oh, nope. You wait until it actually does it. 18. Nice.
Nice. Wabowski, having kicked the infiltrator down the way and dived underneath the bullets of his squad mates, rolls up and pulls out to fire and gets a success. So, yeah, the gun doesn't jam this time, even though he's using the experimental bullet.
You already went to shoot, right? This is the same round?
I hadn't actually rolled it for this round. I don't think, had I? I don't know.
I think you had.
No, because I
yeah, because I see you rolled a 6 and just below.
Yeah, but that was
roll of a 5.
It's moot because there's no tokens left.
No, yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah,
because we rolled and then we went in that order.
Yes, so I guess I did. I don't know. Yeah. I find it kind of confusing the way that rolls take place in this game. To be honest with you. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get to narrate your action, and then so does Rich for Frost. And then the encounter is done.
Kicked the infiltrator away, and that was it.
And how about Frost?
Oh man. I think for Frost, everything seems calm for a bit as we're still singing, and then we have like one last jump scare, and Frost scrambles back, and Connor shoots it in the head, and then Frost's like, yeah. It's teamwork.
Okay. So yeah, I think there's like a very uneasy few hours as the ship gets cleared and everyone gets like tested or positively identified by someone who is trusted, and it's a bit of a paranoid sweep the entire ship, and then like the warning goes out to the rest of the fleet to do similar. And yeah, it's pretty everyone is very frosty, I guess, right? That's the so yeah. Nobody uses strength on planet today, no. So there's going to be no promotions. So this technically goes at the end of all the development roles, but I think it might be a good opportunity to do a quick bit of role playing. If you use a weakness, there's a possibility that you can lose rank, you can be demoted. But another PC needs to nominate you to be demoted, right? So I guess Werbowski, you had a weakness induced, but still it counts. So is anyone gonna raise that with the court martial?
It would be totally in character for BD if you wanted to. I can see it going either way, but I wouldn't be. I as a player would not be resentful of that.
Oh, Beatty's not going to bring Werbowski up for court-martial. But he's going to make sure Werbowski knows he could have, but believes in him, knows he's got the makings of a great officer. And they almost got into my head. They got into yours, but not enough that it jeopardized the mission. Yeah.
When you say you've got the makings of a great officer, Wabowski,
Yeah.
he looks at you and he's like, I never thought anyone would ever say that to me, sir. And your meaning of it is like, oh, the praise, and his meaning of it is like, what an insult you've given me.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Son, you're going to make a great lawyer someday.
I can't believe you just said that to me.
Yes.
Is Frost or Dietrich, slipping a note under the general's door about Werbowski, or
nope?
Hell to the no, sir.
Hell to the no. Okay, grand. Is that out of the way? Anyone want to do a closing scene before we get to development?
Oh, I want to talk to my buddy in. I keep wanting to call it Section 31, but it's not that.
17.
Yes, yeah.
All of these dodgy
yes, exactly.
Departments need to be prime numbers, right?
Exactly, yeah. 17.
Borowski, right?
Borowski, yes, yeah. We got you your dolphin.
Yeah, we are debriefing her right now.
She have anything to do with that shitstorm?
Shitstorm? I mean,
shitstorm.
The way you let aliens aboard the ship? That shitstorm?
Oh, I don't think we let aliens aboard the ship. We weren't just because they infiltrated every single platoon on the ship after we got back. Look,
well, that seems like a problem with your battalion, not with our section. So when I say you, I don't mean you. I mean,
I didn't say it was a problem with your. I didn't say it was a problem with your department. I just want to know if she has anything to do with it.
Well, we are debriefing her right now, so stay tuned.
All right. I mean, if we see any more, I could really use some intel on how to tell the difference. We did a pretty good job with these, but if they get any better at it, it might be tough.
Well, that's what we're all about, trying to make those tough challenges easy to surmount.
All right.
I saw some outstanding kills from your company, though, Captain. Seems like the ammo went a long way.
They're quick on their feet, and I think they've got a couple of them that have jitters. Warbowski, I'm keeping an eye on him. But I think if we can just get him over that hump, he'll do good stuff. Dietrich, he's a blunt instrument, and I mean that in every sense of the word. Good to have him there, but I feel like he's gonna. They're gonna ship him out in a box with corporal's bars on him whenever that happens.
Well, that's where you got to keep him
Warbowski,
if he's a killing tool.
oh yeah, no, he's the tip of my spear, but Warbowski, he's complicated.
Well, I don't know how to respond to that.
Well, I think you should keep an eye on him too, because he may just have the flexibility to work in your department.
Why does that seem like it's not a compliment?
It's not a compliment or an insult. It's a statement of fact.
Well, thank you, Captain.
I'm just a soldier. I'm a pretty good soldier. I'm well suited to what I do. You are also a complicated individual. You are well suited to what you do. Warbowski could go either way. I'm just saying.
We'll keep our eye on him. How about the rest of the grunts? What's the scuttlebutt like back in bunk?
I think, I mean, if you guys are willing to be in a scene with all together kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah, man.
Bugs, they could look like anyone. The only people I trust now are you two and the captain. Keep an eye out. Who knows how many we missed. Who knows how many of them are in Section 17? You know?
You want us to go around and start shooting people in their sleep, sir?
Not yet. Not yet. But be ready.
I'm always ready.
Good. Good. And I think Warbowski will go off and head over to the the neatly stored and arranged like former troopers, which have now been added to like all of the previous ones. And I'll pick up Miller's helmet one more time with that bullet hole through. And then he goes over to the disposal chute, fires it out into space.
How about Frost? You getting up to anything?
Yeah. Frost is gonna. He'll pull Dietrich and Connors over, and reaches into his footlocker, and he pulls out this little, like, homemade tattoo machine. He says, "I'm gonna ink right in here. Right in between these fingers. There's no way they'll see it. You'll know, all right? You guys want one?"
Tattoo? Hell yeah.
All right, rock on. Connors?
So these aliens won't, when they
Yeah,
copy
the bugs
us?
won't know. Bugs won't know. And so if I ever ask, like, how I know you are you, boom.
I just give you the finger, huh?
Damn straight. You give me the finger, and then you get to keep it.
Sure.
Awesome. I'll give you one that goes with your complexion. And then he like zaps himself first, and then he'll give one in the middle of Dietrich. He'd give he's not great, but he could do like a number or a sigil or something. It hurts like a bitch. And then he'll do one for Connors.
I thought you were just giving us tattoos. I didn't know you were being smart. Damn, you're a genius.
Frost is not just a pretty face, you know.
He does have a pretty face, though.
Okay. Good to wrap up and go through to development. So, okay. So, everyone gets to improve one weapon, one step at one range. So, if you, I've got the page somewhere here. Yep. So if you need anything on those weapon steps, let me know.
Would 2d6 go to 2d10?
2d10, yeah.
Yeah. And then it's 3d10, then d100. Is that right?
But you can only increase something by 2 steps.
Yeah.
At a specific range band.
I see. Yeah. So it would be heavy machine gun can go as far as 3d10 effectively.
Yeah.
Now, if you rank, not that I ever am going to, but if you rank, do you have to swap out your? So if like the next rank doesn't have energy, or I get to keep the energy.
You can keep all of your previous weaponry, right?
Oh, okay, cool. For some reason,
it's additive. I have like 6 weapons on my sheet.
I just thought you were cheating.
No.
I mean, though having a power claw and a power sword really seems like 40k levels of overkill in the close combat.
Yeah, seems appropriate. I love it. You get like a golf bag of weapons. It's all awesome.
You're not wrong.
He's got a caddy with him.
No, he needs a Batman, right? Isn't that the right term?
Yeah.
Yay!
So a sidearm from 1d6 would go up to
1d10.
1d10. I'll do that with my sidearm then.
And d10 goes to
2d6.
2d6, right? Yeah, okay.
Okay. So then everyone gets to. Sorry, I forgot one thing. The PC who killed the most creatures, which I think without counting we all know is Dietrich, gains a level. So that's add 1 to your fighting ability or your non-fighting ability, and then open up a strength or weakness slot.
The next slot available.
Next slot, yeah. So I think for you it'll be another weakness. Yeah. And then the rest of you get to roll off. So everyone rolls a d10, and then whoever rolls the highest.
Warbowski gains a level.
Okay.
Nice. So I get to unlock a new strength, is that right?
Let me double check. Yes, a new strength.
Do I unlock a new weakness as well?
No, it's one at a time, so it's every second.
And I get to add 1 to my...
And you get to add 1 to either your FA or your NFA, whichever you prefer.
Cool, I'll go with FA. Sure.
Cool. So then we've done gaining a level, we've done automatic improvement. Everyone gets a development roll. So you want to roll NFA to do that. And if you succeed, then you get to gain a new piece of war gear or increase a different weapon by 1 step.
Or
go for promotion, but nobody use the strength.
Or recharge a one-shot piece of war gear that you would need.
Yes, to repair an APC.
Yeah. Well, I have the evac as well. So.
Actually, that's right. If we want the APC to be fixed, I would have to roll that. Let me see. I think you're right. That's how that works. Well, no, because it wasn't destroyed.
Yeah,
it was hurt. It was hurt, but not destroyed.
Yes, so it's automatically repaired.
Yes,
At the end of a mission. If it's
I'm going to use my development roll to fill out the 14 pages in triplicate that are required to requisition another TPK grenade.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to recharge that if I can.
That's going to be fun.
You get to add a new. Sorry.
Sorry, you can on that development check. You can either get a new weapon, or you can improve a different weapon by one step in the same way that you did previously.
So 1d10 goes to 2d10?
Yes.
I thought 1d10 went to 2d6.
1d10 goes to 2d6.
Sorry, 2d6. Yeah, and 2d6 goes to 2d10.
Okay.
How would the APC ever get destroyed given, I guess, if something does 2 kills in 1 round? Is that possible?
No, if you continue to stay in the APC, like Jim was discussing earlier, if you wanted to use the weapon on it instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fictionally, you know what? I guess technically, so if I were Donna, if I were you, I would have had the evac destroy it, because that just targets everything. Like everybody in the scene takes an additional kill when that evac comes down. So that probably should have like just toasted.
Or it got left behind, right?
Yeah. I'm perfectly comfortable with that, with having to make another development roll to, because basically I used it to soak the first hit.
Yeah.
But then I was like, yep, nope, that's not going to work. So yeah, I'm totally cool with that APC. I'll have to like we got to requisition another one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
I'd actually really like that.
I saw a weapon on Jim's sheet that doesn't require an NFA roll to switch.
Yeah, so it'll be the Power Claw, I think. So it's just an up. So you don't need an NFA check to switch to hand combat, and basically the Power Claw
or grenades.
Or grenades, yeah. Grenades have their own problems, right? So yeah, it's a Power Claw. Let me.
Yeah, if you want to rip shit up in hand to hand, that's
yeah.
Well, just in case I'm ever in close range again. I don't like being close range.
It's no fun. So the basic profile is D6 at close range, and it's ineffective at near and far.
You know that
is a Power Claw.
Power Claw, yeah.
1d6, and then 0/0.
Yeah. It's not 0/0. It's dash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can it be something like within a power? Because I'm like Dietrich must have like some chain bayonet or something. You know what I mean? Like it may do exactly the same damage as a Power Claw.
Well,
you mean a Lancer
with a bayonet, right? You're still on your weapon, so you kind of sling your E-cannon and come out with the claw, because switching back to the E-cannon is not a free.
Yeah, just imagine it was like a punch knife or something, you know, like it's like I feel like Dietrich is a messy guy kind of thing. Like it's got to be like,
I don't know, Edward Scissorhand Wolverine style things sound pretty good.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, Power Claw's pretty. I'm trying to get hard to imagine BD wielding the same melee weapon as Dietrich, who probably just bites things.
I mean, fictionally we can position it, however.
Yeah.
Do you guys mind if we can just wrap my part up? I told my wife I'd be done a little bit ago, and she's already made food. Sorry, I just.
So did you get that extra improvement? Okay. So I think that's all the development in that case. So I think we're done on the session. I'll stop recording, and then I guess we can have a quick debrief.